Welcome to day 9 of self-isolation. Slightly less isolated as my mum is here, my dad is coming with a van and I'm being forced to move out of my home. First self-isolation vlog as well that's not started with me making coffee or the dog's dinner, but instead with me dismantling my PC setup. So, not had a lot of sleep, emotions are running very, very high. We're feeling very upset and betrayed that we're having to leave what was our safe space. We had not been made aware before this point that we would have to. So it's been really difficult. Both me and Josh are employed in this area and we're having to move to an area where we will not be able to access our employment, which, though I am signed off due to being isolated, Josh is not, so it threw a lot of queries into whether he'll be able to keep his job, our income, everything like that, as we still have to pay running fees for the place that we live, or the place that we stay, while not being there. So, while I'm doing this, Dad and Josh are loading the van, and Mum is getting the last few bits in the kitchen and the bathroom that I wasn't able to do. Camera was not enjoying today, so it's going to go in and out of focus. Really sorry about that. My PC is 5 years old. It's a built one. My exes built it for me, and it's doing pretty well for 5 years old. It's not aged really. Everything runs well. I now have it on a 2-screen setup, and I will never be able to go back to having it on a 1-screen setup afterwards. So this is our little office. You've seen me in here doing uni work over the past few days, and it's a real wrench to have to pack it all up and move out. But we have to, so that's what we're going to do. We've only been back in our accommodation for 20 days at this point, after having to be out for the winter shutdown. As I said yesterday, we've been only given 24 hours notice that we have to leave, which I don't think is a fair amount of notice considering it was given at 4 o'clock on a Sunday and we need to bring a plumber in to shut down all the water systems. But it is what it is, so we gotta get moving. After having sorted out all of my sea trays yesterday, I now need to wrap them all up and move them 4 hours away from my parents. So what I decided to do was wrap them in cling film and in kitchen foil. So that's the last of my cling film because I don't buy it anymore because it's plastic, and I had to go and get kitchen roll. But I was really worried about how I was actually going to transport these and them survive, as they're seedlings and they're delicate, and also they'd hit the floor yesterday. So all of this had to be wrapped up, ready to pack. A lot of my garden stuff with my seedlings wasn't able to come, so all of that had to be left. I had to dismantle my greenhouse, everything like that. The fresh loaf of bread that I'd made yesterday got packed and brought with us. They did all survive, thankfully. We'll see how they do in the future. I'm not able to the greenhouse in such a good place here, but we'll just have to see how it goes. Sorry, really bouncy. You're sitting on a wire mesh while I bang around with these trays. Whoop. So what you saw under there was 2 little pots from M&S and my wormery. I thought I'd cut that out. So I did a lot of work getting all the seed trays back together yesterday, and actually I did a lot of work with the garden yesterday. Obviously you watched me plant all my herbs and they didn't get to come either, so who knows what's going to happen with those. Hopefully they survive. And then after 4 hours of driving, a lot of unpacking, quite a lot of tears and a lot of stress, we arrived at my parents' house and had dinner and watched the government broadcast that informed us that the country would be going into lockdown from 8 p.m. on the 23rd of March. So that's it. We're inside now. We did wonder if the 24 hours the site was giving us was because they didn't want people to be locked down on site. So we got kicked out. But we are safe. I can isolate here just as easily. But we'll just have to see how it goes. Abra is having to be an outside bunny for this time, so my parents have a completely safe and isolated setup for him outside, where he has the run of the greenhouse, which my parents have kindly given over. Trico is going to be in the room with us, as my dad's allergic to cats, so we have to keep him in one room, but that's just going to have to be how it is. Mendel came down fine, didn't regurgitate the rat that had only really fed him the other day, and we're going to have to be like this from now on. We don't know how long this is going to be, and I don't know how easy it's going to be able to continue these vlogs, as I am now restricted by the fact that I'm in my parents' home and not in my own home, and they aren't so happy about cameras and filming. So I just have to see how it goes. This was a really unexpected turn of events, and not what we were wanting, but you know, it's perfect timing that Animal Crossings has come out, as we're about to be locked in the house and not be able to do anything. So that's the end of day 9. Not much footage, not much happened. Very stressful day. I'll see you tomorrow in deed 10, hopefully. Bye.